So when I heard Spirit say to have fun with it, the first thing I did was to change the spelling. Even the word written on the page has a negative connotation, does it not? I mean, you see the big C, right? Or see the word C-A-N-C-E-R, it registers something in the body, and everything in my cells close up. It's a contraction. So I thought, what rhymes with cancer? And what do I want to do with this? And the natural thing that came to me was the word answer. So I spell cancer now with a capital A, answer, with a little bitty c. Some people actually call it C-answer. My sister called it answer. And how desperate can I feel when it feels like I've got a hiccup when I say answer, right? It gives it kind of almost a humorous aspect to it. So upon that directive, as I would consider it, I did not research ovarian cancer. I told my mom to stay away from the internet. I wanted to do it differently, and I didn't even know what that meant. But researching it, I may have learned how dire my numbers were when I was first diagnosed. And had I known what I know now, I don't know whether I would have made it all the way home from Florida, as I was diagnosed when I was on tour. So not knowing what those drastic numbers meant, not knowing how bad off the cancer really was, or how large my sweet ovaries were, I was able to spend 2 weeks in Florida coming back from tour processing on my own in hotel rooms, and I knew that in order for me to receive medical treatment, I needed to make peace with modern medicine. How do you make peace with modern medicine? I came from my mother's karma, where she attracted one negative doctor after another. She never got her needs met. She didn't feel like her voice was heard, and she had one nasty experience with doctors after another. But my going into any kind of treatment, particularly surgery, I knew that those first 2 weeks by myself were absolutely necessary for me to do whatever I could do to wrap my mind around, my heart around the fact that doctors are of God too. And who am I to think I can do this all by myself? And as I was processing and praying and forgiving, it came to me that one of the resistances that I'm healing from consistently is the need to do it all by myself. When I was 8, we all went camping, and I had my brand new bicycle for the first time with a basket on the front. And I drove my bike very easily down the rocky path to get a big bag of ice. And as I was trying to wheel myself back up again, the bag was too heavy for my bike. I kept falling over. My knees were all skinned up. I was bloody, black and blue, and I was hysterical by the time I got up there. And the words that came out of my mouth at 8 years old was, "I'm not a big girl. I can't do it by myself." And at that moment, this big by self was born. And I was going to be damned if I needed anybody's help. Well, at 8 years old, forming that kind of fixated idea, you can only imagine how that created the rest of my life. So going through the cancer dance, to be able to ask for assistance, to be able to know that I'm not doing this all by myself, or that I couldn't do it all by myself, allowed me the deepest surrender I have ever encountered, over and over and over again. Let every thought I think, let every word I speak, let everything I do be out of love.